This is the pain that your mama have to go through when they nail your ass because you wanted to be a Billy Badass. You wanted to be a street guy. You wanted to throw up gang signs and things of that nature. Now I ain't talking about Tooka, man, because I heard Tooka was a good guy. Yeah, I heard he was a good guy, man. You know what I mean? But we cannot negate the fact that if he wasn't no GD hell, I can't tell. YouTube fam, bam, what it do, man? What poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, man. I go by Done. If it's your first time tapping in, make sure you tap in, man. Like it up, hype it up, ring that bell. After you ring that bell, make sure you hit but before you ring it, though, you gotta hit sub for your boy, you feel me? But anyway, we back on the second reaction channel, man. We in the rack, man.
15-year-old Chanel Gregory was shot in the 500 block of East 63rd Street. The boy was on the street when a suspect got out of a vehicle and shot him multiple times. That gunman got back into the car and fled west on 63rd. Police say Gregory was dead on the scene. The incident is possibly gang-related. No one is in custody.
My son. Land on that cold.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. When I saw this interview right here with Tooka's mom, I feel like Sean should have cut this. He should have cut it, gave her some tissue, and came back. But I guess it is what it is, though.
Well, I knew I gotta get over there to be with my son.
And my cousin came in there running to me crying and shit, telling me, his friend just got killed. You feel me? Then I ran all the way from 62nd and Wabash all the way to 630 St. Lawrence. Saved them right there on the floor. You know, broke right down. You see your friend there, you actually gonna start crying.
Long live Duck, man.
January 12, 2011. The city of Chicago would change forever. One life was taken, and the gang feud that followed resulted in many shootings and still continue to this day. Shondell Gregory, a young boy known to his peers as Tooka, told his mother the haunting last words, "Mama, I'm coming home." But he never made it.
Damn.
That morning, the sun rose on what was thought to be a normal day in the city, but it would turn out to be a disaster. Tooka's mother handed him a letter to take to school to deal with the matter of his suspension for having an altercation with...
Man, these boys being... It's crazy, bro. These boys was so young going through this, bro. These niggas were like 14 to 18 out there playing Hunger Games. Because this was back when everybody ain't have money, so you couldn't just move out of Chicago. Like back then, like before Tooka got killed, bro, like everybody ain't have money. Like this was the real war. Now, like you kind of got to time it. You know what I mean? You got to time it if you want to catch it out. Because everybody can, hell, you can get a Spirit flight for about $1.99 and get the hell on. You feel me? It's crazy as hell, though.
He had got suspended for school. I was gonna get him back in school.
See, Sean should have cut it, bro. She tearing up. He should have cut it.
He had got into it with a teacher.
With a teacher? What the hell?
So they sent him home.
How the hell you get into it with the teacher, man? Long live Tooka, man. Nothing to get into it, but God, how you like, you know, and I ain't gonna count my wife a teacher, so I'm kind of biased with this situation, but I never understood how a damn child get into it with a grown person. And they parents say shit like that. Well, you got into it with nigga. Get what? Bro, I wasn't allowed to get into it with the damn teacher. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I wasn't allowed to get into it with no damn body grown, bro. How? That shit crazy.
Tooka was excited, especially for school that day, because he would get to do something he was passionate about.
What?
Wrestling.
Oh.
It was a recreation that acted as an outlet for his anger. Shondell had a match that day and was focused on coming out the winner. His sister was home at the time and was leaving for a doctor's appointment. So the original plan was for him to head out along with her.
My daughter was there because she had a doctor's appointment. So she was gonna leave kind of late. But she like, "Come on, Tooka, we gotta do woo-woo-woo." I'm like, "Tooka, what are you doing now?" I'm telling him, "Come on, son, you gotta go to school, we walk around, woo-woo."
Tooka, however, hid until his sister left and then proceeded to school on his own.
He went and hid until She left out.
The hours passed. From that early morning into the evening, Tooka was still alive and breathing, and honestly, having a great day. At 6:04 p.m., he was at the bus stop at 63rd Street in St. Lawrence when he made a call to his mother with good news. He had won his wrestling match. The happiness and joy in his voice was a moment that made both.
That's crazy because like these kids, they gotta be kids and then they gotta be doing grown folk shit like killing and shooting and shit and watching out for their well-being. Like it's crazy. Like that's crazy. And I'm talking about back then. Like now, I don't know. I really think Chicago done calmed down a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's still Chicago now. It's still the rack now. Yeah, get caught slipping now. You know, they gonna nail your ass. But I just think back then it was way worse. You know what I mean? Y'all get in the comment, let me know, man. I ain't from Chicago here. Let me know.
Himself and his mother proud.
He called me and say, Mama, I won my wrestling match. I was like, good, son, come on home. I was, ooh, that's rough.
She was excited to see her son to enjoy a night after his big win. But sadly, that joy would soon turn into sorrow. His mother began preparing something special for the occasion, for when he got home. So she went ahead to the kitchen where she was seasoning some chicken.
Yeah, I was seasoning the chicken. I'm telling him, come on home, son. So that's all I'm waiting for is my son to come through this door so I give him a hug and feed him real good. And we're going to talk about his match.
She was unaware that after that call at 6:04 p.m., it would only be a couple of minutes before tragedy struck. At approximately 6:48 p.m., Tooka was at the bus stop on 63rd and St. Lawrence, in the Woodlawn neighborhood in Southside Chicago, with two other witnesses awaiting a bus. A dark-colored vehicle pulled up. A passenger who was wearing a half mask jumped out, and there's rumored to have been a brief exchange of words before Shondell Gregory, aka Tooka, was shot several times about his body. News reports further allege that he staggered to a nearby trash can where the gunman shot him a couple more times to the back before fleeing the scene in the vehicle. Police personnel and the paramedics arrived at the scene of the crime. Tooka had already succumbed to his injuries. Shondell, whose name...
Hey, who they say unalive Tooka though? Didn't they say O.D. Perry did that? And why? Because the slaying of Tooka is what caused CHIRAQ to get wild, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm on the outside looking in. That's why I'm asking y'all. Like, didn't O.D. Perry, wasn't he involved with Tooka's death? And when Vaughn say, Tooka was playing crazy, it was something like Tooka knew who did something to somebody, but he wouldn't tell who did it, so O.D. killed him. Ain't that what they say in the script? Y'all let me know in the comments.
At the time was yet fully identified by media outlets, died at the scene.
15-year-old Chanel Gregory was shot in the 500 block of East 63rd Street. The boy was on the street when a suspect got out of a vehicle and shot him multiple times. That gunman got back into the car and fled west on 63rd. Police say Gregory was dead on the scene. The incident is possibly gang-related. No one is in custody.
According to law enforcement, his incident was no random shooting, but gang-related. Information from authorities state that he was a known gang member of the Gangster Disciples, and his assassination was retaliation for the shooting of a Black Disciple affiliate. Tooka was often seen throwing up gang signs and pictures, and even in videos, repping the set.
Throwing up the rakes.
STL EBT.
STL crazy.
STL stands for St. Lawrence Boys, reflecting the area of St. Lawrence Street and 63rd. The set is labeled a rival of the opposing Wick City, which is now popularly known as O Block. Shondell Gregory, aka Tooka, was well respected in the STL EB.
You can get fully accredited degrees, and the best part is there's zero tuition.
And in his honor, the name was changed to Tookaville. Rival gang members like Chief Keef and King Von went on to mock his passing and used his name to push a wave of disrespectful terms like Smoking Tooka and Tooka Pack and a bunch of others. The slander on his name.
Hey, but fun fact. 63rd FBG them, right? They named they hood Tookaville, and they had said they was smoking Tooka before O Block and them did, because they was saying when they smoke, right, that mean that Tooka is with them. because they smoking Tooka. Well, Chief Keef and Von them took that shit and ran with it, and they decided to make it some derogatory junk. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Not everybody, but man, everybody around the world, bruh. That one time a dispensary even had a Tooka pack because they didn't know the magnitude or the disrespect that came with it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody know now though.
These famous gang members inspired an entire generation of rappers that constantly name drop Tooka in their songs. This, however, has led to many becoming targets for associates of Tooka that honor his legacy, prompting public apologies. One such affiliate and close friend standing up for his name was FBG Duck, who later also lost his life due to gang violence in August 2020.
Crazy, bro.
To FBG Duck, he was like a brother, and he felt the pain of his loss deeply. Running to see Tooka when he heard the news of his shooting.
And my cousin came in there running to me crying and shit, talking about, your friend just got killed. You feel me? Then I ran all the way from 62nd and Wabash all the way to 63rd to St. Lawrence. Saved them right there on the floor. You know, broke right down. You know, you see your friend dead, you actually gonna start crying.
I believe
While
that.
the street erupted in a back and forth, where friends and rivals go at it over his passing, there was a much more painful story for persons like his mother. She recalls how gut-wrenching and agonizing finding out about her son. The last time she heard her son was at 6:04 p.m. when they spoke about him winning his wrestling match, and she was preparing a nice meal to celebrate when he got home. Sadly, she got another call not long after. This time, the atmosphere wasn't of joy, but denial and pain.
Oh my
On the
God.
other end of the call was a detective calling to inform her that there was a shooting, and her son, Shondell Gregory, was involved.
The detective called me. He say, is you somebody's mama? And I'm like, yeah, that's my son, because he had the note inside his pants pocket that was sending him home. He said, well, we want to call you and let you know there's been a shooting and he's been involved.
Oh my God.
At that moment, Tooka's mother completely blocked out any belief that his life was lost. Even on the way to the crime scene, she kept telling herself, he's okay and everything is fine. Arriving to the location, she was still not coming to terms with Tooka being gone. Instead, she looked for him in an ambulance to reunite with her son. What she was instead met with was the grueling image of her son covered in a white blanket on the floor beside a bus stop with
Kids, y'all hear this? Jits, y'all hear this? This is the pain that your mama have to go through when they nail your ass because you wanted to be a Billy Badass. You wanted to be a street guy. You wanted to throw up gang signs and things of that nature. Now I ain't talking about Tooka, man, because I heard Tooka was a good guy. Yeah, I heard he was a good guy, man. You know what I mean? But we cannot negate the fact that if he wasn't no GD hell, I can't tell. If he went off the porch, I can't tell. Getting into it with teachers and shit, you know what I mean? But this is the backside of it that they don't talk about. They don't talk about how your mama gotta see your ass up under a white sheet laying on a cold ass floor. And she gotta come and identify your ass. Because the Opps done got the drop and they done nailed your ass. Now don't get me wrong, your hood gonna ride for you, gang, cause they got to. They enjoy that shit. But all the while they riding for you, they trying to smack your sister. You know what I'm saying? They sending your brother on dummy missions and shit, but they gonna go kill for you, cause that's what it is. But I'd rather be living than a nigga killing for me, though, straight up.
her glass. Her body went numb.
That's the last memory I have of my son.
Look at that.
Because him telling me my mom coming home. And he never walked through the door.
I ain't gonna cap. At first I was like, damn, Sean, you didn't have to put that letter up like that. But I now understand why. Kids, show your mama this shit. Mamas, show your kids this shit. Because this is the other side of it right here. Check this out.
It's a sad reality, but it's one the culture has accepted and embraced.
Yup.
Shootings in that lifestyle is like a game, and gangs celebrate when they win. When in reality, no one wins.
Nobody
What do you
winning.
want the industry to know? And what do you want the entertainment industry to know? What do you want other rappers
She's
that
pregnant, ain't?
brought up your son's name to know?
Tooka is a whole person. It's not no strand of weed. She'll be Remember, as no stranger, he have a mother, he had family out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had people that love him dearly out here.
For sure.
So all this stuff y'all talking about, y'all smoking on Tooka and dissing him, you can't dance with the devil and expect God to forgive you. You can't do that. It's either or.
You can't dance with the devil and expect God to bless you. He'll forgive you, not for sure. Like, we got to put that in perspective. But you cannot dance with the devil and expect God to bless you. You feel me? Straight on.
Tooka's brother, Mark Campbell, aka Little Mark, would later suffer a similar fate when he too was gunned down at a
That wasn't
stop.
Tooka brother, bro.
That only added fuel to the disrespect with rivals, now hip-hop icon Little Durk, mocking his passing, shooting a video at the bus stop where he was gunned down. Still, those close to Tooka, like his mother and FBG Duck's mother, continue to keep his memory alive. Shondell Gregory, known as Tooka, was a kid who had potential to be someone great. He's remembered by loved ones as a good kid. Him, like so many other youth in the city of Chicago, have their lives taken prematurely due to the senseless killing. May his soul rest in peace.
How do you
Bro, I ain't gonna count. That was never kind of sad, kind of gut wrenching. But like, I do these videos, man, because I want y'all just to see, though, bro, the other side of being a gangster, the other side of being a slider, the other side of, like, okay, he my op. It's another side of that you don't get to see because your ass dead. And that's your family having to go through what they having to go through. That's your mama having to go through what she got to go through. Because your partner, oh, yeah, they going to say free the guy. They going to be crying and things of that nature. You going to be a hashtag for sure. Long live for sure. But forget a hashtag, man. I'd rather be alive, gang. I'd rather be alive, my boy, and free. You feel me? But long live Tooka, man. Rest in peace, Tooka. You feel me? I think we might be back in the rap for another month or two, man. You feel me? Yo. Anyway, though, y'all make sure y'all like it up, hype it up, man. Make sure y'all ring that bell after you hit sub. But after you hit sub, ring the bell and then hit all so you don't miss none of these bang before you smell it. Mark life or no life. Mark will know with me. I know we come out to him. We getting straight out the mud, man. Until the next one I go by done. Y'all make sure y'all get me to that 3K today, 10K. We on the way, 100K plat, cause we plat chasing, top of the top, no cap. King Don Raw, man, it's the new channel, man. It's gonna be dropping anytime, any day. So y'all make sure y'all stay locked in with me. You smell me. Don and Corner, that's me and my ladies vlogging channel. Corner May, that's my ladies channel. King Don Reacts, that's my main channel. Tap in on all of them. We plat chasing for sure. Now I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video, man. Y'all be easy. I love you. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer, got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers.